They don't want this team to succeed. In fact, the league is furious that the underdogs dared to win. The whispers have turned into open resentment, and the proof comes straight from the locker room itself. This isn't paranoia. This is the reality of a league that seems determined to bury the story instead of celebrating it.
The league is so mad that we won because we're literally not supposed to be here at all. And that just like kind of fuels our fire even more. But
think about that. When victory comes, instead of applause, they feel the cold shoulder. Instead of celebration, they hear silence. This is bigger than one game. It's an entire system unwilling to let the so-called outsiders climb too high. And that resentment, it isn't breaking them, it's feeding them.
That gives you extra powers. That gives you +5 to every stat. You know, prove others wrong. And this Indiana Fever team does not have nearly enough talent to be where they are. No offense to these players. The fit, like, on paper, this team shouldn't fit. This team's not that good. But it's the power of friendship. And it's the power of pettiness. It's all of this shit, like, and it's working out perfectly.
This is not just a Cinderella story. It's war against the narrative written by the league itself. They're not supposed to win. They're not supposed to shine. But every victory becomes a direct act of rebellion, a slap in the face to those waiting for them to collapse. And the question is, what happens when a team built on defiance keeps winning? What happens when the underdog refuses to bow down to the script the league has already written? This is not just about basketball. It's about being told you don't belong and then punished when you prove otherwise. The weight of doubt doesn't just come from rivals. It comes from the very institution that should be lifting you up. Imagine stepping onto the court knowing the league itself is rooting against you. That's not competition. That's sabotage.
it was one of those games that, first of all, I was sweating my ass off because I was so nervous and like, I don't really get anxious about stuff. I was so anxious. Like I could not sit still. I was legit. I felt like I played with how much I was.
That's not just nerves. That's the crushing awareness that no matter how hard you fight, the deck is stacked against you. Anxiety becomes fuel, but it's born out of the knowledge that if you fall, the league will smile and say, "See, we told you so." The system thrives on seeing you break.
No, the league does not want the Indiana Fever winning, whether it be with Caitlin or whether it be without Caitlin. Why? Because let's look at who's on the Indiana Fever team.
Let that sink in. It doesn't matter who's on the roster. It doesn't matter if superstars show up or if role players step into the spotlight. The message is the same. We don't want you here. That isn't just painful, it's humiliating. When even the victories are framed as mistakes, the joy of winning turns bitter. But here's the thing, pain like this has consequences. Pressure creates cracks, yes, but it also creates diamonds. And the very thing the league fears most is exactly what this pain is building. Resilience, defiance, and a team with nothing left to lose. The league wants silence. The fans of rivals want collapse. But this team, they're writing a promise in sweat and grit. They will not go quietly. Every doubt thrown at them, every smirk, every headline that says, "You're not enough," it only makes the fire stronger. What the league sees as a weakness, they're turning into their deadliest weapon. That's the nightmare scenario for the league, an already defiant underdog gaining the one piece that transforms them from a feel-good story into an unstoppable force. Today, they're scraping by on chemistry and defiance. Tomorrow, they could be a powerhouse with the star power to dominate. And here's the promise. No matter how much resistance comes from the top, this team is not shrinking. They're not apologizing for winning. They're not bowing to the narrative. The same pressure designed to crush them is what's keeping them alive. This isn't a promise whispered in private. It's a declaration shouted on the court. We are not supposed to be here, and that's exactly why we're staying. The evidence is right in front of us. Look at the reaction, not from opponents, but from the machine that runs the league. Upsets are supposed to be the heartbeat of sports. They're the moments that make legends. Yet here, victory is treated like a crime. That alone is proof that something deeper is at play. That is the smoking gun. If the league can't celebrate the drama, the chaos, the underdog magic, then it isn't about basketball anymore. It's about control. It's about forcing a narrative that keeps the same faces in the spotlight and pushes others into the shadows. There it is. Pure profit left on the table. An underdog story that could electrify fans, sell out arenas, break into mainstream attention, and instead, the league shrinks back. Why? Because control matters more than growth. Because the wrong team is winning. So now the truth is out there. The league doesn't want this team to rise. The story is too raw, too defiant, too uncontrollable for the people in power to embrace. And yet, every game, every upset, every shot that falls is a direct challenge to that system. This isn't just a season, it's a rebellion. The question is, whose side are you on? Do you stand with the gatekeepers who fear disruption, who want the same recycled winners year after year? Or do you stand with the outsiders, the so-called misfits, the team clawing its way forward against the script that was written to bury them? The league wants you to look away. Don't. Share the story. Talk about it. Make them hear it. Because the more eyes that turn toward this team, the harder it becomes for the league to silence them. This is bigger than basketball. It's about proving that no matter who wants you to lose, you can fight, you can win, and you can force the world to watch. And if you're ready to push back against the narrative, then you already know what to do. Hit subscribe, join this fight, and let's make sure their story is too loud to ignore.